Our top story tonight focuses on the reactions we've seen and heard on the scathing report from the NTSB about the collapse of the Scott Key Bridge. The agency said the Maryland Transportation Authority missed a critical vulnerability assessment before the collapse. Caroline Forback is on your corner tonight after she spoke with people who live near the bridge site who say they are shocked by this revelation.
The findings of this report don't sit well with the locals we talked to, many of whom say they're still affected by the collapse. They say they want to know how something so critical could have gone unchecked.
I was absolutely shocked. It just seemed unimaginable.
But the unimaginable happened, and just shy of 1 year since the Key Bridge collapse, the NTSB found the Maryland Transportation Authority failed to conduct a critical vulnerability assessment.
Because it's one of the heaviest ports on the East Coast, so yeah, you would think that that would be looked into.
The NTSB says the assessment would have made the state aware that the bridge was above national risk standards. The NTSB says safety recommendations for the bridge were issued in 1991 and 2009, but were never executed. The NTSB found that the risk of a catastrophic collapse was nearly 30 times higher than acceptable for the Key Bridge and 15 times higher for Pier 17, the pillar struck by the cargo ship. Senator Chris Van Hollen says these findings need to be taken seriously, not just for the Key Bridge, but the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, which has yet to undergo a recommended vulnerability assessment.
The analysis showed that probably preventative measures should be taken.
You're driving over any bridge now, having to be scared. We drive over the Bay Bridge a lot. It's just terrifying to think that could happen to anybody.
MDTA said in a statement, quote, "Over the past 50 years, hundreds of thousands of vessels transited under the Key Bridge without incident. The Key Bridge, like other bridges in America, was approved and permitted by the federal government and in compliance with those permits." MDTA maintains that the Dolly and the gross negligence of her owners and operators is solely responsible for the catastrophe. Reporting on your corner in Baltimore, Caroline Forback for WJZ.
Thank you. Next Wednesday marks 1 year since the collapse of the Key Bridge. Join us for a 1-hour live broadcast as we look back on that tragic day, remembering the victims, honoring the first responders, and looking toward the future and rebuilding. Watch Key Bridge 1 year later this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. here on WJZ and streaming on CBS News Baltimore.